If you are someone like me who was literally struggling to organize your co-creation sessions in ChatGPT, there is the new feature we all were long asking for. Yes, it's true. ChatGPT project feature is there, released in mid of December 2024. In this video, I'm going to quickly talk about why this feature is so important, and we'll have a walkthrough as a quick reference on how to start using this new feature. Do you think it's very similar to Perplexity Spaces? If you have this question, I think you are very similar to me. I do think it's the answer of ChatGPT to Perplexity Spaces. Why even this feature is so important? ChatGPT projects is going to help you to better organize your co-creation sessions with ChatGPT across different projects. And what is a project? Each project should have a definite objective. You can have different definitions coming out. While exploring this tool for last few days, I am actually looking at with two different objectives. First, a project can be a research work with a definite objective. Let's say I'm working on renewable energy sources, that can be a project. I'm working on quantum computing, that can be a project. I'm working on future of AI, that can be a project. At the same time, you can look at with a different perspective. Code generation can be a separate project. Data analysis can be a separate project. Synthesizing articles can be separate project. So basically, once you group these different projects based on what kind of functionality you are trying to achieve, accordingly you can have your pre-populated instructions in those projects. Once you are in the ChatGPT home, you can see this one called projects now appearing here since mid of December 2024. I already discussed actually in the video like how you can organize your different projects. The one way is to look at what specific work you are currently looking at, like what kind of research you are looking at. If different research has different objective, you can create projects as per your research subject. The other way to look at is basically create projects based on functionality like data analysis, coding, synthesizing information from articles, etc. Now for this example here, I will try to create or show you examples where you create projects based on your research subject. Like if you can see, I have already created some projects here like my courses, archive, renewable energy research. Now let's say I want to create a new project. So you click on this, it's a new project here. Now you specify a project name. Let's say I'm doing something on quantum computing research. Now click on create project. This is a chat window where you'll be interacting with. So for each project, actually you can go and change your model you want to use. Now I keep it by default to GPT-4o. Now you can go and add files here. You can add documents, files, images, and more, anything, any articles you want to synthesize, any information you want to process, you can add all these articles here. Now you can add instructions. Let's say for example of this walkthrough, we just create some basic instructions. Now whenever you come to this project and execute any command, so your instructions will be kind of predefined. So these instructions will be always applicable. Now once we have the instructions, once you upload the file, you can continue to ask your questions here. So again, the same thing, you have two options basically to attach files. Either you directly attach the file within the project, or you can attach the file in your session interactions. Now for attaching files, as I explained before, you can add files in the project, or even in the chat window you can upload files from your laptop or computer. Now you can also select your picture model, default model like Canvas or DALL-E here. Now let's say I'm not uploading any files, but I'll just show you some examples of prompt. Now let's say I go ahead and ask a question on my research subject. So I got the question output here, and let's say I go back to my project, and then again on the same research I want to do something here, something else here, or ask a different question. So now basically you can see like I can rename those the chat sessions, like let's say if I rename these to challenges, and then again I can rename this to satellite communication. Now both these queries, whatever I worked on, is saved under my project. So whenever I want to go back and refer to specific area, I can always go back, and then it's properly organized. I don't have to scan through, like previously if you look at this, I have previous 7 days, previous 30 days, like that. So you don't have to scan through those and then find out which exactly correspond to which project or which specific research work you are working on. Now this is better organized by project. There is one more thing actually I wanted to mention about. So let's say before I started using actually projects, I already had those previous 7 days, or let's say previous 30 days, these chat interactions already available. You can actually process those historical interactions into new projects. Let's say I want to take this old communication I have or old interaction I had into a new project that I already created. Let's say add to project my courses. Now it gets moved from here to my courses. Let's say again I can do the same thing for the other one. So basically, once you start using a project to organize your stuff better, or have the instructions specific to the project you're working on or specific to the area you're working on, you can go ahead and clean up some of the existing interactions you had, also using the newer functionality of project. Now at any point of time, if you want to go back to your particular project, you go back to the project, and then again you can, on the left hand side, you can see all the queries you executed or interactions you had. At the bottom of the project also it shows up here, so you can literally go here and then select the interactions window that you want to work on, and then continue to work on where exactly you left last time. If you like the content of this video, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. For similar content, please visit my YouTube channel, Dr. Dreams.